Hello everyone, Darko 2012 here with Global Government News, and I'm reading an article titled Osama Bin Laden Climate Expert. Um, this is another article that is sad but true in this new world order that we're living under. To the world's experts on climate change, let us now add the name of Osama Bin Laden to those of Al Gore. UN Secretary General Ban Ki-moon, the chairman of the UN's Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, um, Rahendra Pachauri, sorry if I can't pronounce that right, numerous heads of state over the years, House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, members of Congress still trying to pass cap and trade legislation, and the odious IPCC scientists who apparently colluded to foist false data on the public in order to further the fraud of global warming. This is, of course, a short list given to the vast number of people who attended the recent UN conference on climate change in Copenhagen. It reportedly cost the taxpayers over $1 million for the U.S. delegation, and that does not include the cost of the president's attendance, which the amount of security he had was probably, ungodly. In his State of the Union speech, Obama received a chorus of laughter when he spoke of the overwhelming evidence of climate change. And I haven't watched that because I don't know if I can, but I'm gonna try to watch it because I've heard this like at least 5 times about how everybody was behind Obama was laughing at him when he was talking about climate change, because you know how much of a sham this cap and trade bill is. Bin Laden is getting increasingly desperate in his appeals to the world's Muslims, and in recent audio tape, he blamed the Western industrialized nations for hunger, desertification, and floods across the globe, according to a report by the AP. Bin Laden's real complaint, however, has always been that he cannot replace the Saudi royal family and control that nation's oil and the revenues that flow from it. One of the many sons of a prominent Saudi family, Bin Laden went off to aid the Afghans in their fight against the Soviet Union, and ironically, it was the covert American weapons aid that made their victory possible. And what they're referring to is, the U.S. openly funded the Taliban to fight against the Russians for their own interest, and Osama was an operative on the payroll, but he's probably dead now anyway. So he could have settled for being a hero of that conflict, but like so many egomaniacs, he decided to fight the Crusades over again and all subsequent Western influence in the Middle East in the name of Islam. A succession of terrorist attacks flowed from that decision. U.S. embassies in Africa were bombed. An American warship was attacked in Yemen, and the most spectacular attack was, of course, the attacks on the Twin Towers in New York and the Pentagon in Washington, D.C. A fourth plane was brought down by its passengers. Americans seem to have forgotten that George W. Bush responded forcefully to 9/11 and to the threat of Saddam Hussein to the entire Middle East. This is in contrast to President Obama's futile efforts to get the Iranian Ayatollahs to cooperate. Dictators are not famous for being nice. As for the AP report noted, Bin Laden has mentioned climate change and global warming in past messages, but his latest on January 29th was the first to focus on it as a major theme, along with the need to destroy the American economy, like it isn't already destroyed, like we're really industrialized. We're like post-industrialized now. We have no manufacturing. It's totally ridiculous. Um, Almost as ridiculous as believing that Osama bin Laden has really a big need to be a jihadist when the guy comes from a wealthy family, just like the Nigerian underpants bomber. It's like insults my intelligence now. Not saying that I'm not that smart. I'm just like anybody else, man. So it's just becoming so obvious that it's becoming humorous. It's almost funny until people get hurt, right? The significance of his latest audio tape seems to be a belated effort to piggyback the global warming issue at the same time it is crashing and burning worldwide due to the revelations that the data on which it was based was deliberately falsified. and they're referring to the technology that is openly available right now, where you can take my voice right now, and you if you want to either have somebody who doesn't really exist anymore, like Osama bin Laden reportedly, who died of, who was on dialysis for kidney failure almost 8, 9 years ago. If you want to bring someone like that who's dead, or if you want to blackmail somebody, someone that's like your enemy, well, you can, you can do that now. You can digitally change what they're saying, put words in, add words in, and it will sound exactly like them. Well, for the most part, it sounds like them, but they have linguists that are professionals and very good at determining if it's been falsified or not. But for the most part, they can do it. So I don't want to be too mean here, but the idiot public, not all of them I'm saying, but there's still a decent, large minority of the public that still believe that he's alive and that he's in charge of Al Qaeda. So, and they'll believe that, they'll buy it. Claims that Himalayan glaciers were melting were false, and this was made known to the IPCC chairman Pachori 2 months before the Copenhagen conference, but he managed to wait until after the conference to publicly correct the IPCC report. Bin Laden's bad timing suggests that his campaign is losing support. It is almost comical that he would try to enlist the support of global warming diehards in his quest to overthrow the great Satan, America, and the little Satan, Israel. But there is nothing comical about his continued threat to the nation and the world. The silence of Al Gore as the planet has cooled since 1998 suggests that he may know that his self-enrichment plan is coming to an end. Only President Obama seems or pretends to be oblivious to the idiocy of cutting greenhouse gases and the name of a planet that is not warming. In this quest, Obama has now been joined by Osama. So Osama and Obama. So there you go, everybody. Thanks for checking this video out, and leave your comments.